What's going on, everyone? Tayler Kyles here for CLNS Media, coming at you with another episode of Pat's Daily, brought to you by our good friends at Prize Picks and Game Time. You guys have been loving our series where we get to interview some of the coaches of the players New England drafted to get some better insight into not only the players, but also the people. So today I am joined by TJ Brown, wide receiver specialist and brother of friend of the show, Steph Brown. TJ, thank you so much for joining me. First of all, congratulations. You and your brother combined 20 players drafted. That is an incredible accomplishment. How are you doing, and how does it feel to have so much success and to see your guys shine?
Oh, man, appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on. It feels good, man. Glory to God. Just putting us in position to be able to work with so many wonderful athletes. And, we've just been putting in the work over the last couple of years. And it's just good to finally see the results of, some of the guys that we've been working with over the last couple of years. It's just good to see, all their hard work pay off and, they reach their dreams that they've been working towards since they were kids.
Yes, sir. So you've actually worked with all three of the offensive weapons the Patriots drafted, Javon Baker, Ja'Lynn Polk, and Jaheim Bell. So give me some background on how you connected with all of those guys and how long you've been working with each other.
I've been training Javon probably since ninth grade, going into ninth grade. I started training Javon, so I've been training him for probably about six years or so now. I met Jaheim in high school, maybe around his freshman or sophomore year. He lives in South Georgia, so I didn't work with him as much as I did with Javon. Me and Jaheim will tap in every now and then, especially once he got to South Carolina. He'll come to Atlanta and get some work in. But Javon, I've been working with him hands-on since 8th, 9th grade, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week. Hard-working kid, he was a kid that he just gonna push himself, and he just hard on himself. And high school, we used to have to tell him, sit down, you got to chill out, because he was always trying to work out. And then Ja'Lynn Polk, I met him this year. We was down in Florida at XPE training the receivers for the draft. That's where all of them was down, this pre-draft training for the draft down there. So I got the chance to work with Ja'Lynn Polk down there. And my brother actually coached with his wide receiver coach, Coach Shep. He coached with him at WKU before he was at Washington, so we kind of had a good relationship there too. Just had a pleasure of working with him through pre-draft, and Jaheim and Javon, a little bit more hands-on with them, but it's just a pleasure to work with all three of them, and help them elevate their game and get ready for the next level, man.
Yes, sir. So you clearly know these guys pretty well, especially Javon and Jaheim. I'm curious from your perspective, what kind of people are the Patriots and Patriots Nation getting in these young guys? Because I know we finally got to see them on the field, rookie minicamp and OTAs. Javon and Ja'Lynn, along with Drake May, were the last guys on the field, which you love to see from guys who project to have really big roles in this offense. So, again, from a personal perspective, what are Patriots and the fans getting in these guys?
I mean, pretty much what you just said, two hard-working kids, all of them, they hard-working, especially Javon, he a hard worker, and we was kind of mad where he got drafted, but I was kind of glad too, because it kind of put that fire in him going into the league. So now he not coming in comfortable. He coming in with a chip on his shoulder, feeling like he got to prove something. So Javon, hard-working kid, he going to bust his ass off when he on the field, when he off the field as well. Jaheim, same thing. And just from what I've learned about Polk so far, of me knowing him, he the same way. He's a hard-working kid. He don't say too much. He just work hard. Javon, same thing. Jaheim, same thing. It was actually a great three y'all could have picked, because it's they know each other. They were familiar. They got familiar with each other through pre-draft. And then all of them coming in with a chip on their shoulder. I think y'all got three great picks that we should see, a lot of success of this season and, seasons to come moving forward.
Okay, so now we have an idea what these guys are like in a personal way, but also clearly very talented players. So you haven't worked with Ja'Lynn Polk quite as long, but from where these guys started to where they are now or the last time you got to work with him, what kind of progress have you seen?
Okay, that's what was that. So, yeah, Javon, like I said, from the time I met him, great attributes, ball skills, he was who he was. Where I helped him at was, just getting more in tune with the game, learning more releases, learning more ways different ways you can run routes, different ways you can get open. So he's came a long way from the time we met to the time to where he is now. Jaheim, same thing. From when I met him, he was a big kid. He played receiver in high school. So he played everything in high school. So I coached against him his senior year in the playoffs. He missed the first half, came in the first half, ran the first punt back. Next drive, they get the ball. He caught a pass, took it to the crib. Next time we scored, kicked the ball to them, he took a kick return to the crib. So Jaheim's always been a great athlete with big size. So I actually think like y'all got to steal with him like on some Debo type stuff because like he can really do everything. Like he can get stuff out of the backfield. He can run routes. You know what I'm saying? He can block. Actually, at the Senior Bowl, they actually said he had the best blocking like out of all the tight ends that was there. So he can do it all. Ja'Lynn, same thing. Like just helping him clean up little things on his routes, just as far as getting prepared for the combine and getting prepared for pro day. Just making sure he's taking all the right angles and, you know what I'm saying, just cleaning his routes up to where it look perfect for when it's time, you know what I'm saying, get in front of those scouts. And, you know, it all paid off.
Definitely want to get more into Jaheim, but you mentioned how you kind of help with the routes. So whether it's releases in the stem at the top of routes, like I'm a junkie when it comes to that stuff. So is there anything you can tell us about like specifically what you worked on from, again, where they started to what you were trying to coach into them and how they kind of adopted those teachings?
My biggest thing is mainly just having a toolbox, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you got something broke in your house, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to just have one tool because now you might not have all the tools you need for that specific, whatever that specific thing is. So it's like I like to build their toolbox to have a bunch of things they can use because you never know what situation you might get in, rather according to playing inside leverage, outside leverage, whether you off at two, whether you got hard press, soft press, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to work everything so when you do get in that situation, you don't got to think like, man, what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So just showing them different releases, different ways to run your routes, different stems and angles you could take, different angles to take coming out of your break to where you could cut the defender off, you know, not rounding high. Yeah, so just showing them different ways to get open. And, you know what I'm saying, the biggest thing with us is just, you know, having a toolbox and most importantly, just, you know what I'm saying, building their mind mentally to be able to fight through and play through anything. Like our biggest thing, like you drop a ball or you mess a rep up, get it while it's hot. So we like to push our guys like past the limit now. So when it's time to get in the game, like everything easy.
It's funny you mentioned like having the toolbox and trying to win different ways because I was watching Steve Smith's podcast and obviously Javon was on that. I loved how he mentioned, he said when he got drafted that he plays with the Mamba mentality. And on that show, he talked about how I already know what a guy's good at. I want to, or what he's bad at. I want to attack what a guy's good at and see where I measure up. What does that say about him for you? Because I heard it, I was like, oh, this dude's going to be special because you don't hear guys talk like that very often.
Man, that kid, just his mindset is different, bro. Like, he's a dog, bro. Like, he's a dog, and he just really feel like can't nobody mess with him. Like, he don't care who you is. And if you beat him one time, you're just going to find out a way what he did wrong and, you know what I'm saying, fix it. And he's going to come back and beat you on the next rep. So that's just a kid that got a lot of confidence in himself. He knows who he is. He knows what he can do. Like he said, he didn't feel like 10 receivers was better than him. They got drafted better than him. So, you know, the world going to see soon. I'm just excited, like, to sit back and, like, see all this play out because it's like I know what they can do. You know what I'm saying? And I know, like, shoot, the league in trouble, like, not just with them, with a lot of guys that train with us and that's been, you know what I'm saying, working with us. Like, they got a different mindset. Like, so y'all gonna see soon.
I'm excited too, man. And especially, I want to know if we're on the same page when it comes to roles because all these guys are versatile. They can line up all over the place. But obviously, everybody's kind of got a go-to position. So in my head, I'm thinking Javon seems like in this Alex Van Pelt Browns kind of offense, kind of like an Amari Cooper, where he's the X, he's the guy that wins one-on-one. Kind of see Ja'Lynn Polk from that system is like a Donovan Peoples-Jones, where you put him at C, he's handling a lot of the dirty work. Like he's blocking safeties, linebackers, defensive linemen, doing a lot of that tough stuff. And then Jaheim is more of like a move kind of H-back tight end where he can line up all over, but really more off the line of scrimmage so he can be versatile. Do you see it in a similar way or how, you know, is it?
Yeah, I see it the same way. I think Javon and Polk, they both could kind of, you know what I'm saying, both got that dog mentality. They could kind of do some of the sort of the same things, you know what I'm saying? But Javon, like, yeah, he's more of that dominant X, you know what I'm saying? He can run every route. Ja'Lynn too, he can run every route, man. Smooth receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could do everything. And then, like you said with Jaheim, just as far as that H role, him being versatile as a tight end, like he's a receiver, running back / tight end. Like, he could play everything. So I'm excited to see how the Patriots are gonna actually use him, like, for real.
Get in on the playoff action and win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks, as you and the world's best players take the game to a new level during basketball's postseason. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000 with basketball and hockey entries today on Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. I personally love Prize Picks because they're super easy to use, easy to navigate, and they offer injury insurance, so your entries stay live even if one of your players gets injured. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what make Prize Picks the #1 fantasy sports app. Download the app today and use the code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. When it comes to Jaheim, watching his Florida State tape, he was more of like an underneath target for them. But on the few opportunities he got targeted downfield, sometimes quarterback was missing him, but he's wide open. You see the explosiveness. So I'm curious, what do you see behind the scenes working with him that maybe he didn't get to show as much when he was in college?
I just think it's about opportunity with him, man. You know what I'm saying? Just him getting in the right system, getting the right opportunity to showcase all the things he can do. Him being at Florida State for 1 year, maybe they just didn't understand fully what they had or what they could do with him. And then you had Keon Coleman there too, and you know what I'm saying, Johnny on the other side. So his players around him, you know what I'm saying? So I think he did good this year, like working with the players around him. And I think it's kind of going to be kind of the same thing with the Patriots because, you know what I'm saying, with Javon, Ja'Lynn, Polk, who else they got?
Kendrick Bourne, KJ Osborne.
Kendrick Bourne, man. Yeah. So it's like, I'm just excited to see it. And then my boy Underwood up there with them too now. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
You mentioned Tyron Underwood. I'm curious. I know you guys have a relationship. Tell Patriots fans what they're getting in him, because obviously they know him from his playing days back in 2011, but they don't know a lot about him as a coach because he spent so much time in Pitt, not in the NFL. So what are the Patriots getting in him? Because you can already see he's a hands-on coach. You can hear him on the field. I'm excited to see.
I was actually happy that one of my players, some of my players actually got to go play for him. So he coached 2 of my guys at Pitt. Bub Means that got drafted by the Saints. Then I got another kid, Kanate Munfield, that's there now. He's going to have a big year this season too. So he coached them, and we kind of built a relationship over the last 2 years when Bub transferred to Pitt. And, man, he's a great players coach, man. Like, very hands-on, very detailed. He can relate to the players, and you know what I'm saying? And I think that's big, and nowadays, you know what I'm saying, with coaches being able to relate to the players, because you get some of the older coaches, they just can't relate. So you never see that player reach his full potential because that coach may not know how to talk to him or might not know how to push him. Like with Coach Underwood, man, he's just he an overall great guy, great players coach. He knows his stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's passionate. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go above and beyond for his guys. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited, man. Like, I'm excited. Like, we were talking during the draft, just like once they drafted Javon, like, we just talking. I'm like, bro, I know you glad you got one of the TSP guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my guy, man. Good guy, you know what I'm saying? And he's a great coach, man. Like one of the greater receiver coaches in college football before he, you know what I'm saying, got there. And I was actually, like, I've seen him at Pitt Pro Day, and I was like, man, bro, I'm proud of you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You stayed down, and now you can go to the league and get more time with your family now. So I know he's excited about that, man. So, yeah, I'm just excited to see all them work together and, you know what I'm saying, get out there and get it done this season, man.
Upside in that wide receiver room, both in the seats and on the clipboard, on the whiteboard clipboard.
Whiteboard.
All right, so
With the NBA playoffs in full swing and the Celtics looking like the best team in the East, I'm trying to go to a game so I can witness their greatness in person. And to get those tickets, I'm going to be using Game Time, an authorized ticket marketplace of the NBA, which makes getting playoff tickets even faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the tip-off. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets. Buying tickets on Game Time is extremely easy. All you have to do is click on the team that you want to see, browse through the available options, then click on those games. Then you can go through filters like price, where you want your seat to be, all that good stuff. Click, get a panoramic view of the seat that you're going to buy, and it can be as easy as a one-click purchase for your ticket. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
All right, so to wrap this up, obviously every player has stuff they need to work on, especially young guys coming in the league. So for Ja'Lynn, for Javon, for Jaheim, what are some things that you think they should be really focused and honed in on, the ways they can improve? And, I'm at OTA, so I'm always looking at how these guys are progressing. So what should I and, other people who are at some of the practices this summer be looking out for?
I mean, really and truly, you're going to see explosive and big plays from all those guys throughout OTAs, throughout training camp, throughout the season. You're going to see big plays. My biggest thing with not just the guys coming in the league, with all the NFL guys, and one of our biggest mottos we always say is control what you can control, Us knowing how the league goes now, some things be out of your control. You could be better than another player or having better practices, but they might have got drafted before you, or they might be getting paid more than you, so they might get more reps. Whatever the case may be, all that is out of your control. Or what plays are being called, that's out of your control. Only thing you can control is what you do, making sure you're on top of the playbook, making sure you're getting your routes at the right depth, making sure you take your routes at the right angles, making sure you're lining up correctly. If you're supposed to be +2 from the hash, making sure you're there, not on the hash, making sure the coach don't have to keep repeating itself to you. So the main thing is just keeping the main thing, always working on the things that help you get to where you got, and just focusing on the little stuff. Because I always say, when every level you move up, and I preach this to my high school guys too, no matter you're a 5-star, 4-star, no star, when you get to college, nobody cares what you did in high school no more. If you drafted first round, second round, nobody cares what you did in college no more. You got to prove it all over again. So the biggest thing is just controlling what you can control, and that's only what you do. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you're in your playbook, making sure you're running your routes and lining up correctly, and everything else to take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? Not letting the moment get too big for you. Everything else to just take care of itself, man. Football is not hard, and every level you move up, it's like I told Javon, it's less about how good you are and more about how good you do the little things right. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see the guys I got them on right now. Guys like Cooper Kupp, you know what I'm saying? They're not the most athletic, you know what I'm saying? But Cooper Kupp came in the league and he did the little things right. Puka Nacua, he came in the league, he did the little things right. So it's just about, the NFL just about doing the little things right, lining up the correct way, watching film so you're able to play faster, and everything else to take care of yourself. Your natural ability got you there. Now it's time to do the little things right with your natural ability, and now you see the big plays and the big, you know what I'm saying, the guys go from little name guys to big name guys. So I think everything gonna be cool. They just gotta, you know what I'm saying, keep controlling what they control. And talked to Javon the other day. It was probably 6 o'clock here, and he was still in the facility. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm in here I got to get these plays down. I'm the last person to leave. So he on top of it. I think I talked to Ja'Lynn a little bit too. He on top of it. Jaheim, same thing. So it's just, controlling what you can control and just, you know what I'm saying, being on top of the little things. And everything else will take care of itself.
I know fans are going to love to hear that, Coach. Thank you so much
problem.
for your time. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And before I let you go, please let the people know where they can find you if they want more of your insights, or maybe if they want to get your services and start learning from you.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at topshelf_TJ. That's my handle on both Instagram and Twitter. If you want to reach out to me for training, if you want to reach out to me for anything, open ears, open book. you know what I'm saying, and look forward to, you know what I'm saying, Patriots and my guys having a great year this year, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you again so much for your time, Coach. And thank you all, as always, for watching. Now, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we'll see you next time. Peace, y'all.